Speaking of, at least one of their people has the coronavirus.
Bring her up to Angels 30, please.
Yep, at 11 and climbing.
That's just a matter of statistics, really.
Well, there's only 3 confirmed cases in my county, and one of them was at Northrop Grumman.
We have 2 confirmed in my city alone, which is a small city outside of Boston.
Right, well, I guess, but you probably have a lot of people in your town, probably a lot of them commute to and from Boston, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like my county, some people commute to Orlando, but most are here. But because after they closed their Bethpage facilities, Northrop moved its headquarters here. I mean, they'd had a facility here for forever, working on J-stars and stuff, but now the headquarters is here too.
In our town, we had the second coronavirus instance in the state.
Town. In the
It's kind of curious. They have the bars amped up and the antenna up, but I'm still not seeing them. I know they're around Angels 30.
Yeah, they are exactly still there, it says.
I mean, they're on my scan here.
And according to the yard thing, oh yeah, they're at 100 miles. We're about 100 miles out at Angels 30. We're now at Angels 21.
Would you check them on the map or something?
Yeah, I hit F10. Use the little yardstick thing, which gives you a good rule of thumb. It's not precise, but you know,
right.
Their pattern is up about 100 miles north of us. So I still have us on cruise and not air-to-air HUD yet.
Oh, it might help if I actually turn the radar on.
Oh,
there
yes.
we go. Now I see him. Okay then.
Listen mode.
Alright, I gotta get a lock on him.
Because I know. I'm not sure about the MiG-29, but the A-50 anyway, you should have no trouble locking up at this range.
There you go. Got him on your HUD.
Oh. Switching to air-to-air mode, and yes I do. And switch to Phoenix.
Right, Phoenixes are selected.
Oh yeah,
Good light.
I got a big gray steering circle on the VDI. Everything actually looks so much different now. Something was wrong last time. It was like everything was broken in the HUD. Now this is what I expected it to look like. I was not getting the feedback.
Okay, so he's left 3 degrees, Angels 30, range 101. 176 closure. And IFF shows he's hostile. Designating hostile.
I hereby
the
declare
service.
you're hostile.
Say again, Griff.
Or did you say something about airbase?
air base on the peninsula near Jask.
Or you're landing in Oman?
No, I'm gonna bomb the base at Jask, enemy air base.
Oh. Oh, okay. That is different. Oh, by the way, did you have the chaff and flares all set up again?
Yes.
Let me double check then. Yes, I just dropped a flare. Okay. So if we get infrared, I will take care of it. If it is radar, you do. I take it our closing rate's probably pretty small right now because I think they're flying north too.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, I don't want
Tell
to.
by the velocity vector.
I don't want to shoot on them until they're significantly closer, for fear of them.
Yeah, we are closing on them though. 230
Yeah.
knots closure.
Well, we found that out last time when I was on their 6 and I accidentally went inside the tailpipe of the MiG-29.
That's one thing with the Tomcat, those engines so powerful it can get away from you.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't feel that fast right now.
Right.
It's like our wings aren't even swept all the way back. I mean, we're at full military thrust at altitude, but
They're vibrating pretty nicely though. It's kind of cool.
yep. But someone needs to work on this thing's suspension. Maybe we need to balance the wings. Okay. Let's look at the periodic beeps. I guess that's the SAM radar. Down to our 9 o'clock there.
So you see that upside down T in
It is
your-
weird watching my helmet move around in the rear view mirror, like doing what I'm doing with the track IR.
You see that upside down T in your VDI?
Yes.
You just try to keep it as center as possible. That gives us lead pursuit for collision.
Yeah,
Closure
I remember
speed
lead
20
pursuit.
knots.
They made F-16, Falcon 4 Allied Force. Whoops, we just passed through Angels 30 again. I'm trying to keep us at Angels 30.
29 would be better.
I'm probably going to pick up some speed then. Oh yeah, we actually got almost up to Angels 31 here.
It's coming to 80 miles range.
Yeah, they have a... I just hit F10 to look at the map. Where I put the yardstick before, where their position was so far south of where they are now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say they have moved... Again, using the yardstick, they're about 40 miles farther north from where they were before.
Their ground speed is 331 knots. It's relatively slow.
Wonder what our ground speed is, since our airspeed is about 340. I think they are moving... Wonder if they've come to the northern part of their thing yet.
Our ground speed is 542.
Ah, Well, that's the difference between air and ground speed when you're at 30k.
Yep.
Oops.
They're about 75 miles out now.
I'd like them to turn back towards us before I fire, so that knowing they have a wow, yeah, no, they just have a gigantic racetrack pattern. It's like over 50 miles on the long axis.
Okay, we're saying to get into Phoenix envelope. Stand by. I can see if I can have it so you can ripple fire up.
Yeah, target just disappeared off my scope.
Yep, changing it to Twiz. I want to see if I can get both of them on there.
Captain Leader, the A-50 no longer appears on our scopes. Monkey trial.
70 miles. He is right 1 degree. Since I'm only picking one up, I must be flying really close formation. Because I really want to lock onto the AN-50, since it's the biggest target. So too far to see
Or
the TV.
it's gone is also a possibility.
Well, there's a
Oops,
50
yeah.
in the RWR though.
Yeah, no, but I just, out of curiosity, I just, whoops, I just went and did some, did an F2 round, and the only MiG-29 I saw was parked on a runway with its canopy open. So I'm wondering if, I mean, they of course have, you know, worse range than the than the F-18 does. So I'm wondering if he just
Oh, if he left and went back.
got bingo fuel and went home. Yeah, left the A-50 to fend for himself. In which case, in fact, the only enemy plane I saw right now is the A-50. That, of course, being the massive difference between the MiG-29 and the Su-27, their range.
Yeah, we're pretty much right on his tail. Can you see that? If you look at my radar screen, we're right on his 6, gaining on him.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the, my lower screen is just the HSI looking thing. With destination and the wheel and the course knob and all that. I'm not seeing the radar scope.
The toggle switch is on the right vertical panel. You see when it says HSI. Flip that switch and you'll be able to see. It's the toggle switch on the left column.
Okay, so I have it on AA, mode is HSD display mode. Oh,
to the right of those.
Okay, ECM, HUD,
above.
the declutter.
That's for the HUD. Come down.
Yeah. Okay, VDI on off. I see that one, and then.
No, here I can actually see over your shoulder. Okay, it is. The one that says HSD.
Oh, HSD, yeah, so it says mode.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's so cool. I can actually see it.
Funny, because I've switched that, and it looks like I'm switching it from O-ride to off. That's what it looks like it's switching, but... Oh, okay, there it is. I guess it's supposed to be nav TID ECM. That's what it is.
Yeah, bring us back to the left. We just lost him on the scan because we were drifting.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get him back.
Yeah, as like I said, the plane wants to roll to the right for no good reason.
Go left to about 340. He'll come back on.
Yep, I see the A50 on the RWR ring. Wow, he's gone even farther north now. We are now north of the position where he was when we first took off. Well, not when we took off. That's actually after we were already looking for him. He'd already gotten up here and we're looking. So he's now traveled about as far as we have. He's been just traveling north this whole time. Interesting how the signal wobbles around on the RWR. Like, it's somewhere on this bearing, kinda?
Yeah, I had asked about that, and apparently it's because there are ECM antennas on different areas of the aircraft, and so they're all receiving all at once. So it's very interesting.
And I guess the processing is not good enough to be consistent. It's sort of like, it kind of seems a little stronger here, so it's this way. Oh, it kind of seems a little stronger here. Maybe it needs to dampen it a little bit.
There he is. Okay, left 15 degrees.
Okay, switch to heading 330.
That looks good.
SAM radar to the west looking at us. I see a hot trigger. Yeah, I don't think he has changed course. Every time I look at the F10 map, it says he's been on heading 324 like this entire time. I wonder if his patrol is over, and now his watch is done.
Are we in burner?
We are not. I have been cruising because I assumed he was going to turn around and come our way, but I guess maybe not. Let's see, what's our fuel state
give it
here?
We already got 15,000. Let's close on him. At least get him in a Phoenix envelope. Almost there. Watch your altitude. Try to keep us at 29,000. Good.
Oh, the vertical velocity thing was very sensitive there. Like we're climbing, and then we are diving. Oops, wrong way. The trim.
Almost there. Bring us down to 29,000.
Well, we're doing 510 indicated. Oh yes, we're at Mach 1.4, I suppose.
Okay, switching single track. Stand by.
Let me relax the burner a little bit. So we don't use quite so much fuel.
Notch filter won't hold the lock. Hold on.
pure pursuit here.
Right, you're clear.
Ah, there we go. Now I see him. Alright. Coming right.
Good, center T.
Ah, yes, I've got a little crosshair and a dot.
You're good to go whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm gonna just get level flight here.
Good launch, good light.
Oh, we rocked a little as we passed through the plume.
Yep, I love that.
Alright, dropping out a burner.
See him on the camera, at the contra.
I see him with the contrail in front. My AHSI, VDI, I mean, has gone blank.
Huh, that's weird. You should be able to see him.
Oh, there it is. I flipped that other switch up now. I flipped it up.
Oh, you must have turned the power off on it.
Yeah, it was on norm. Now I moved it to TV. Now I can see it. Oops, we are diving here. Camera's going to lose it if we nose down too much. Oh, guess what? I was wrong.
Yeah, I just saw. Boom. You see that?
That was
with
the
the camera?
MiG-29.
That was the MiG-29 down.
Yep.
Alright, let's find the
So,
other guy.
yeah, it's right next to him. I wonder if when it went active, it just locked onto the other one.
Alright, you're set. Take the shot if you like. Good launch.
Yeah, I heard the little woof of the, where's our missile? I just hit F6 and it is heading downwards. Okay, that is weird. Yeah, I just hit F6, the thing's in a full powered flight heading right to the ground. And it just impacted.
Okay, select
Right,
Sparrow.
switch into Sidewinder. I mean, a Sidewinder, Sparrow.
Alright, stand by. There's your lock.
Gotta be single
Oh,
target,
awesome.
right?
Hang on.
PD Super. TWS Auto. How far north are we? Oh wow, we are way north now.
Here's your lock. Oh, I
All
lost
right.
it again. Must be inner filter. I'm gonna go to pulse.
Breathe. Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care. Yeah, we're closing on him, so it shouldn't, we're on his 6. I'm not sure why we're getting all these issues with locking him on.
It's probably because he's in the notch filter. If our speed is too close to his, it's gonna have a hard time locking.
Well, it says his speed is, if I go to F10, he's doing 329, we're doing 563. That's hardly close. slow approach. I do see him on the camera. I see the camera occasionally twitching to show him up, but I can make out that he's an A50 on the camera now.
Unless he's jamming us.
Hmm.
You have any Phoenixes? No, that was it for the Phoenix. Never mind.
Yeah, the Phoenixes are gone. We have all the other missiles, but no Phoenixes. But I'm getting close enough now, I'll be able to use the Sidewinder soon. Alright, now he's turning. Can you switch to STT?
That's what I've been doing. I'll hold it and then I'll drop it.
What's funny is I haven't really been noticing here that he's been dropping. I mean, he seems like he's tracking it pretty well. Yeah, I see it. I have the. Yeah, I see PD search. I keep seeing because if I hit Control Enter to see my stick positions, I also see what mode you have the radar in repeated down there. Oh, that was weird. I just saw a flicker on the screen of like a bunch of stuff that all went away.
All right, successfully made my bomb runs. I'm gonna call it a day though, guys, because I gotta cook dinner.
Okay. You're flying with you?
Yeah.
Alright, you have him. Oh,
yeah,
that was sweet. Holy crap. I wanted to see you take the radar dome off.
Yeah, no, it didn't quite do that, but he hit him with the Sidewinder, that hurt him, and then I sawed his left wing off with the gun.
Alright, let me see where the boat is.
Alright, good flying with you guys too, and I'll see you guys. Oh, I'll see you, Bones, anyways, Monday night.
How's that?
I wish I could stick around more. Alright, good flying with you. Bye.
Later.
User disconnected from
Okay,
your channel.
back to the
According to
boat.
the map, we're 220 away from it. So we are
I've got your
not
waypoint
close.
selected to the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like 236 to be exact.
Yeah.
But
Alright,
looks
so
like
looks
you're
like we're
direct.
heading about 1.6 something, 1.61.
Yeah, it looks like you're right on it right now. And how much gas we got? We got 10,000 pounds. We should be fine.
Okay. Oops. Yeah, fortunately I did turn off the burners a while back, so we're now just...
Yeah, we're cruising at 300. Let's see if we can get up a little bit faster. I think we'll have the gas for it.
Now we're at full military right now. This is as fast as this thing goes without burner.
That's kind of odd. Maybe
Yeah.
we're up so high. No?
Well, I mean, we're doing Mach 0.9 at this altitude since we're at Angels. Well, we're descending a little bit. We're at 34 and descending. So yeah, this is. I guess this is as good as it gets.
I would have figured we'd be at like 500 knots. We're that close to Mach 1.
Well, no, this is indicated. This is what.
Yeah.
This is close to Mach 1. Now, if you look at our ground speed, I'm sure we're much faster.
Ground speed is 538. Yep.
Oh, so there it is. We are doing 530.
And our true airspeed is 539.
Never quite sure how true and ground can be different.
True is relative to the air, and ground is relative to the ground. So, like if you have a headwind, for instance, your true airspeed will seem higher because of your relative velocity to the velocity of the wind.
But of course, indicated is how fast it seems because of the altitude. So
Right, yeah, so that's why whenever they say what your airspeed is, it's really the true airspeed. Or indicated
right, true airspeed is, well, ground airspeed is how soon you'll get somewhere, but
Yeah.
indicated is whether or not you're going to fall out of the sky.
Right. Can I see the boat on the screen? Yes. Oh, he's right at waypoint 1. say he is 213 miles out.
I wonder what the time of flight is at this range.
I can figure that out. Stand by.
Well,
24 minutes.
all right then. Well, we didn't get anybody else showing, but Griff showed, but I knew Panzer wasn't going to.
Yeah, I thought, who is that? Daniel, is he Mason? Is that the same guy?
One of them, I don't remember which one it was because I don't remember
There was
their
a
email
Johnny
addresses.
Nikon and there was a Mason.
Yeah, but then the emails didn't show up that way.
Right.
The email address, and one of them said like he could be there like 7:30 every night, but maybe that was Eastern, which would mean another 2 hours from now. But he, and then
But I thought one
I
of them
don't
said he
remember
could make this afternoon.
if the other one said he was going to show or not. Oops, we're climbing again. I didn't want to be climbing, I wanted a continual descent. I don't want to have to descend from 36K to the boat when we're there. And we have a ton of speed to scrub off.
Woohoo, half an hour to the state mandated lockdown.
Oh, your area has a mandated lockdown?
Yep, governor announced it yesterday, 5 p.m. Central.
Yeah, our governor threw everybody for a loop because all week it had been like 50% occupancy for restaurants and stuff. And then suddenly yesterday afternoon after lunch they said nobody in restaurants, delivery and takeout only. So all of a sudden it was like all the restaurants were like, oh, what? You know, I guess he wanted to do it ahead of Friday night, you know, when people go out a lot, but that's fine. But, you know, you think should have, you know, announced that like Wednesday sometime, give the restaurants a chance to get going, you know. They sort of knew this was coming, but I think it came sooner than they were expecting, so now they're all... So yeah, so we went over to Sonny's, and it was like they had a little table set up out front, and they were just bringing the food out to everybody. Like, no one's allowed inside the restaurants. And the same thing with lunch today. We picked up at Buffalo Wild Wings and just went in. I mean, drove up and they came out to like curbside, which a ton of other restaurants already do. And then tonight I think we're just ordering Domino's because I got this thing, some sort of 50% off pizzas all week thing they're doing at Domino's. So it's like, all right.
It's like a stay-at-home special like DCS is doing.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me. It's the JF 17. I think is the next plane I wanted. I think that's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday next week.
Yeah, I
think that's the one I wanted to test. Yeah. And then the Mirage 2000 I thought is supposed to be like Sunday and Monday or Monday and Tuesday of the following week. So yeah, it's basically the JF-17, the Mirage 2000, and I think the MiG-15 might be on that list too, or is it the MiG-19? Either way, those are the 4 planes that I don't have that I'm interested in. The 2 MiGs, and then the Mirage and the JF-17. The JF-17 is more just because it has like the most 21st century cockpit of any of the planes.
Yeah, I was reading about that early, so I had a look, and I was like, oh, wow, yeah, that is pretty nice.
Yeah, I saw... Did you see that one... I forgot who it is. One of the guys who does a lot of the videos and stuff on YouTube. He basically did it was an email-based interview, I guess, or maybe it was a text-based interview, but then he just recorded himself reading off the responses and all that. So he even said to them, "Oh, since this plane is, only China and Pakistan and all that, how did you get all of this information about this plane?" And then he just plays crickets chirping.
Did you see there's like a Pakistani Top Gun featuring that plane on YouTube? Well, it
Oh
clips,
no.
clips of it
Yeah,
anyway.
I think I've heard of it. I've heard that it exists, but I have not actually watched it.
Yeah, they have like a 10-minute or so clip for that movie. Like, interesting.
I think that was the same thing. What was it called? Was it called Deep Blue World or something? It was like a Romanian movie, a World War II movie about a Spitfire pilot or something.
Uh-huh.
It happened. The movie came out 10, 15 years ago, something like that, I think. It got a lot of good news for the Sim HQ guys said the visuals and all that were quite impressive, even though I think it was at best dubbed or subtitled, but it's not was not done in English.
Right.
Although I did watch a movie the other day, it actually was a Romanian movie, and it was in English. There's a couple of scenes where they talk to each other in Romanian and then it's subtitled, but the rest of the time they're all talking to each other in English. And it was like, huh, I didn't know there were that many people in Romania that speak English.
There's
Or
some
at least
movie
actors.
that came out. Whoop,
Oh shit.
we got.
Oh yeah,
SO6.
we're kind of flying close. All right, let me turn more towards the east. Yeah, when we came up, we were farther inland. This time, we are not. We're taking more of a straight line back to the boat, so...
Are we going to be able to land on the boat with that one busted up airplane on the cat?
Oh, that's right. He said, let me F2. Yes. Okay, so Cat wanted... Yes, we are...
We'll have to divert.
Yes, we cannot make it back to the boat. We
Alright,
could
so we
land
got-
Oman at Kasab, right? That's much closer, too.
Let me have a look. Yeah, Kasab looks
That's...
good. Oh, and that's Bullseye too, huh?
Oh, so we just have to set the waypoint to Bulls.
Yeah, gonna have to do it that way. They don't have attack and or VOR. That's fine. Actually, we change to the nav grid because the nav grid, the origin is in Bullseye.
Yep, I should have actually turned that over the water. But let me see if I can head due west from here, and we will slip between the two SAM sites, according to my map reading. And we will lose some altitude while we're doing it. Well, you know what? Let me head a little more south. I just realized Griff probably hit the southern site when he was bombing it. The northern site is probably still good. Of course, I remember in the old days of playing F-19, and I was always notching radars because that game made it like a fundamental part of the game was evading enemy radars.
Right.
And you had the little radar strength meter that would happen, and you're like, oh, if it goes beyond this level, they've detected you.
Okay, so we are just a little bit left off course to Bullseye there, but still in the general direction.
Yeah, I just want to get out over the water,
Right.
not fly directly over. I don't know if we're about to fly over the target area where Griff was attacking, and I don't know if they've got any short-range SAMs. I do have eyes on Oman, though. This is definitely a narrow strait.
Your HSD, if you look at it, you'll see you're pretty much headed directly right to the Bullseye.
Yes, I have. At range 28, it says we are from it.
Yeah, I just adjusted that. So now actually we're 46 miles away.
Okay, there we go. Yes, and I see now the triangle has changed on the...
Yeah, I
VDI.
put it in a bad spot, so I slid it over to the bullseye. So now we have accurate range, 44 miles.
Alright, and I think we are now outside the range of enemy stuff, so... Master arm off. We shouldn't be needing to pop any more flares.
I'll leave him on my cockpit just in case. We are doing 500 knots, passing through 16.5.
Oh, our true must be much faster. Oh yeah, true is 600. We're at Angel 16, but in fact we are right... What are we doing now? Mach 0.98?
Yep.
High subsonic dive.
The wind is crazy. It's only 2 knots, but it's like the heading on it is flipping out. It was between 100 and 130.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When the wind is really slow, it sort of doesn't have a steady motion to it.
I'm just impressed that they modeled that.
True, yes, that is something you'd figure in most in the game it would just sort of be like it's 1 meter per second and it stays that way. I think that's the way it is in IL-2, by the way. I think in IL-2, whatever the wind is, the wind is. I don't know if it ever gusts or stuff like that. But it's usually enough of a pain to deal with it as it is, even when it's unchanging. I think I better steepen my descent here. We're too close for this altitude.
25 miles. Do you have the airport in sight yet?
It's just so much island mountains. Alright. Oh, I think I know where it is. Sorry, I think it's just where the last point ahead of us where it juts out to the water. I think it's inside that inlet there, so we come up, turn right. What's our altitude now? 9,000. I know it faces out to the water. You take off almost to the north, so we want to come in from the north. There they are. Now I see it there. There's some gray.
Oh, yes, same here. I remember this airport. Someone is
Yep.
like in a valley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you have to take off to the north, because I think if you try to take off to the south, there's mountains.
Okay,
All the-
passing 7,300. Start slowing down.
Yep.
Throttle back.
I had throttled back to 97, now it's hit 94%, it says. Although the actual range that I've moved it back on the little control enter screen is significant more than that, but...
We're good on gas, 6,000 pounds.
Okay, and I see the runway now, so... I'm
Okay,
gonna
wings
start...
are coming forward. Yeah, pull a high G, it'll bring the wings forward quicker.
Yeah, well, this is something I actually learned real world. I had a plane. He had a Piper Aztec twin engine,
Right.
like a 6-seater, and I remember we had to fly one day. I got to work in the morning, and he's like, "Grab your stuff, we're going to Daytona," and because we were in Fort Lauderdale, so it was. You know, it's like a 3-hour drive, but he's like, we gotta fly, so they need our help. Actually, it was Holly Hill. They have a little, what kind of airport they have there. The one they have, the airport, it doesn't have a tower. Everybody just calls in on the common frequency
control.
and says,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pop your speed brakes.
Yeah, they're out.
Oh, they are. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, good.
Yep. At first they wouldn't come out at all, then they wouldn't come out all the way. Alright, I don't remember what speed I can drop the flaps at. Is it F? It's
Drop
gear
your
first, then flaps,
250,
right?
yeah. Drop your gear at 250. At 200, you can drop your flaps. 225. 210.
But anyway, yeah, we did
200.
this. We were coming in. There was a guy coming in ahead of us, and he's like, "We're going. We need to slow down, but we need to take more time, rather. But you know, we don't want to
800
slow
feet.
down, so
700 feet.
let's do some S turns to make our path to the runway end longer."
Good. Flaps down.
Yep, flaps are down.
Huh, again, when I look at it,
Right, you don't see it.
it's weird. Usually I can.
Oh, I just realized I don't have it on landing HUD. There we go, landing HUD.
600 feet. 500 feet. 400 feet. 300 feet.
Oh, it's the trim. I'm like, why am I fighting so hard
150.
here?
100. 80. 50.
Ah,
Can you have enough runway? Oh, the spooners are not up. That's alright. Brake hard. Arrow brake too.
there we go.
There we go. Hey, look at that.
I remembered.
F16.
Reach down and hit the button. I also realized I never hit the what do you
There's a
call it
spoiler
switch?
switch.
The runway field switch to change the
Oh yeah, for the
brakes.
index.
Yeah,
Index, right.
yeah. Because what I see now, we are past the. Oh wait, there we are. Nose wheel steering engaged.
Nice. Good job. And spoilers are in. Retract the flaps. There we go. Good.
Oh, there's a nice little. What do you
Oh,
call it
yeah.
here on the
Like a
runway?
little
Yellow line for turning
Turn
around.
off, yeah. Swoop your wings back.
Oh, I gotta hit the lever to do that, don't I?
Unless you have the pilot wing sweep control mapped.
Yeah, I don't believe I do. Let me wait till I turn around. And then I will go heads down and look for that.
You have 8 kills to 2 losses, so your kill ratio is 4-1. Nice. Wings going back. I love how they rock up and down. It's so realistic. Oh, they're coming forward again.
Oh, there we go. Oh, why'd they do that? The handle is all the way back. There it goes. I guess I can't pop it down. It has to be popped up.
Right.
As soon as I push the little knob down, they sweep forward again. Even though the thing's all the way back, so I don't get that. Because I got to a certain point.
There you go.
Ah.
It just went over sweep, so you're good.
Yep. Whoops. Oh, I can hear the A-10s over there.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, there's some A-10s sitting there with apparently their engines on. And I gotta throttle up to get it to move again. Oh, look at that. The F-16 is sitting in the dirt.
Yeah, I was wondering if his engines are on or not. I don't see any heat blur behind him.
They make the Vigan. Oh, that's right. They made the F-14 as well. Is every term that we use while flying used
By some
for a developer?
software developer, yeah.
We are lead pursuit. Well, we're heat blur. What about VDI? Do we have a VDI out there?
There's VRS.
Those Harriers are where I was going to go, so I will just have to go behind them. And then I'll come around. Oh, those are helo landing spots there, so... Alright, let's, I'll changing my mind. We'll go behind the A-10s and park on their right. I don't want to land on... I don't want to park on a helo pad and have the helo guys yell at me later. What are you doing, man? That's where we park. Yeah, they got armament and all that. They just didn't... Like they didn't take off or something.
Is that or they did and they came back without firing anything. Look, their strobes are running.
This is as good a spot as any.
Sure. Parking brake. Oh, that's cool. Your virtual avatar guy actually reached for the parking brake.
Oh, you actually saw that? Yeah, I just saw
Yeah.
the little handle come out.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I just turned off the engines.
I'll pop the canopy. And disarm your ejection seat.
Yeah, they're just sitting there with their engines on.
Yeah, it sounds so cool. Ambiance.
Ambiance.
So what's the keystroke for shaking hands with your pilot climbing out of the pit?
Oh, can I hit Shift U again? Let's see. No. I wanted to see my turn and salute to no one.
Oh, cool. Big mission. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, can you see me leaning out and looking?
Yep. Here. Have a look. Head banging.
Guess who's back? Back again. Alright, everything looks like it's off. Alright, so we lost ourselves to an F-4E, but then we survived the second time to take out all those planes.
8 of them in total. Nice.
And 8 is enough.
Hey, we're ace. Almost
Yeah.
all ace. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and my shoulders are once again full of lactic acid.
Well, as always, good flying you. It's really great to be in the Rio seat. Don't get me wrong, I love piloting.
Right.